The Vampire Prince. Book 1 in the Moretti Blood Brothers series. A steamy paranormal romance by Juliette N. Banks. Juliette is a steamy romance author who has taken the paranormal romance genre by storm. She writes sexy heroes you'll fall in love with. Juliette also has a vast background in consumer marketing and previously published with Random House. She lives in New Zealand with Tilly, her Maine Coon kitty. Visit her website www.juliettebanks.com to see all her books. Chapter 1. Willow leaned on the counter and slowly counted to 10. She'd been waiting for the sonographer for over 30 minutes. It was 7 in the evening, and as the only person in the waiting room, it wasn't clear why she was having to wait so long. Her patience was dwindling. Tap, tap, tap. Her subtle attempt at getting the absent receptionist's attention wasn't working. This was the last place she felt like being. However, she'd injured her ankle over a month ago, and regular treatments weren't working, so her osteopath had sent her for an ultrasound. She didn't have a problem with ultrasounds. The problem was the time taken out of her day. With multiple deadlines due, Willow was still learning how to balance her own needs over her well-paying but demanding clients in her new media relations business. When she discovered the clinic was open late, she'd booked a 6:30 appointment, hoping to be home by 7, where she could heat leftovers and dive back into work. Yet here she stood 30 minutes later, still waiting. She'd browsed Facebook, put hearts on all the Instagram posts, and sent out a tweet. "Excuse me," she called out as politely as she could. "Hello." The receptionist who had greeted her earlier popped her face around the corner. She held her phone in her hand and looked annoyed at the interruption. Willow inwardly sighed. The girl was probably making a TikTok, or whatever the kids called it these days. Not that she was old, but yeah, it wasn't her thing. "Can I help you?" "Sorry to disturb you." "No, I'm not. How much longer will the wait be?" Chest heaving, the girl didn't even attempt to hide her annoyance. She walked to her computer and began tapping away with some barely contained huffs. They both squinted as headlights from a large SUV pulled up onto the sidewalk. Willow covered her eyes and looked away. "Let me see," the girl said once whoever was driving had turned the headlights off. "He should be available soon. We had a delay earlier, which created a backlog." Willow ground her teeth. "Oh." She forced a small smile to her lips, then returned to her seat where she imagined how the conversation could have gone.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?